Okay, done. So in the today morning class, what we can do, we can complete where we stopped. We did not complete yet. What are the initial security configuration we have to complete? We have to discuss that one. And if time permits, I will start investigation as well. Let's see. So we are starting about endpoint. Under that one, we are discussing about already we completed installers discussion. Under the settings, we completed administration. And under the general, we completed only tamper protection. So next one is website management. So what is the website management here? Here only we have to do just which website we have to categorize and also manage and tag those websites based on the application category wise. After that, we have to separate one of the option name is called web control. There we have to define which websites we have to allow and which websites we have to block. So here just only we have to gather all these websites and we have to group all those websites belongs to internal stakeholders side. For example, take DevOps team. They will use GitHub or Jenkins or Terraform or maybe Azure DevOps or maybe Jira. All those are regularly used websites. So now we have to add all those websites here and we have to tag it as a DevOps team. In such a way, for each and every stakeholder, we have to gather the all these websites information and we have to group it and also we have to tag it. So grouping is also called tagging, one type of tagging, so that we can understand easily what type of application can be accessed by what type of team or which type of team. So that is called website management. But actually policy, whatever we are configuring under the web control, there it will take care of the block listing of the websites and whitelisting. Here it will not do any blocking or it will not do any whitelisting. Just only we have to configure here. That's it. So that is meant by website management. So next one is proxy configuration. In case if you're using any other third party integration, same thing we have seen even in the our vulnerability management tool Nessus as well. So whenever any asset, if you want to scan, that request will go to proxy and proxy to validate that asset or host name is legitimate or illegitimate, it can validate. Same way, whenever the end user is accessing any website or URL, so that request will go to proxy and proxy it will validate. So whether it is legitimate URL or illegitimate URL. So if we are using in our organization proxy, we have to integrate proxy. For that one, what we have to do? We have to provide the host name and we have to provide the port number and we have to provide the username, that to administrator username, then finally password. So host name here, proxy host name. So and port number is 8080. That one already we discussed. Proxy port number is 8080 and username. Okay. So whether they want to give the directly administrator username or they want to create one of the
Service,
account in the proxy server.
service account, sir.
No. Administrator account we have to give.
For the particular specified people only.
No, not specified people here. We are integrating proxy server. Proxy
Yes, sir.
server
But the
integration we are doing. So we have to ask one of the account we have to create. IT security, for example, maybe under EDR. EDR security, that username. So that one privilege you have to give like a administrator.
okay, whatever they having the access that level, that much of access, this account also will have the.
Yes, correct.
I
So
thought, for example, in this type of scenarios, they will create some service account.
no.
Specified
Why?
people.
Because detection methods are very important. If
Yes,
you
sir.
don't give the administrator account, obviously you will not get the full-fledged um, detection method like machine learning capability and signature capability. But
Okay.
anyway, we are not changing anything here.
Yes, sir.
We are not configuring anything here. Just we are integrating. And whenever someone will access any type of URL or website, that request will go via this okay proxy server. But we are not changing anything here. Just we are integrating. That's it.
Yes.
Okay. So we have to ask them to provide. In case they will not, they will say like same whatever you said. So if they will say like okay, will not give you an administrator account. Okay, so then obviously we have at least we have to take service account. So, but user account is not good. So at least we should require little bit higher level of the access. And password anyway, password. Otherwise, what you can do, just you can share your screen with the proxy team. Then they will enter the username and password instead of the creating dedicated account to our EDR team. That is also possible. And finally, you have to click on this save. And so then automatically, whenever the end user is accessing any website or URL, that request will go via proxy, and proxy also it will validate. Not only Sophos Central it will or EDR it will validate, or XDR it will validate, even proxy also it will validate. So that is called proxy integration. So it's applicable to, by the way, forward proxy and reverse proxy also. When the internal employee they are trying to access the external website, that is also possible. When the public they are trying to access our internal website, that is also possible. So forward and reverse, it is applicable to both, bidirectional. Next one is global exclusions. First of all, what is exclusion? Anyone? What is exclusion or exception? Anyone?
Limitations.
Give the permission or some.
Limitations.
Yeah, limitation. What is the limitation?
So what would be the restrictions which we have to embed on it?
For some business purpose, we have to allow some
I don't want theoretical. I need one of the practical example.
For example, one developer want to download some file from the GitHub or a Trojan website. Based on the company norms, actually, they as a security analyst or security role, we don't allow that type of downloads based on the size or whatever it. So in that scenario, but the downloaded file will mandatory it for downloading purpose. In that scenario, security team and development team will discuss. I mean, conflict is there. It is necessary. It is a mandatory to business purpose. They allow the give that is called exclusion, I think.
Yeah, basically, yeah, almost you are there. Yeah, basically, whenever someone from business purpose, that may be developer or tester or DevOps guy or machine learning or HR team or legal team or network administrator or Windows or Linux, they are trying to download or they are trying to copy some of the files. Unfortunately, our EDR agent is blocking that activity. So whenever that EDR agent is blocking that activity, they cannot do, they will not complete their work. They will not complete their task, whether it is business impact or not, obviously from business impact from their side. Okay. So now, whenever these type of scenarios it will occur, why EDR agent is blocking that files? What is the reason?
Because
Whether really whatever they are trying to access the files is content any malware or not? So we have to, so obviously they will raise a ticket to us. Why? Because they don't have uninstalling of the EDR agent. That one is called as, that one is called as
sorry, can you repeat the
uninstalling of the EDR agent or update or delete or modify. It's not possible. Only it is possible via local administrator or administrator. That option in the Sophos EDR is called as
tamper.
tamper proofing?
exactly tamper protection. Correct. Yeah, same thing here. So they will try to do that, but unfortunately they can't do that. So they will try to uninstall. They will not do that because they don't have the administrator permissions or privilege or grants or access. Then they will raise a case with the EDR team or endpoint security team stating that your EDR agent is blocking this one. Now, as an EDR analyst, you have to go and you have to analyze the whether really that file contains the any malicious content or not. So take the hash value and check within that hash value in the virustotal.com, and still you are getting confusion whether really that file has the infection or not. Now you can raise a case with the vendor and take the permission from the vendor. So, and once again, vendor also confirmed that. If vendor confirms that there is no infection, there is no malware, then it's okay, well and good. Directly we can go and we can do exception or exclusion. In case vendor also saying that exception, or sorry, malware is existing, infection is existing, then you can take a written communication mail from the respective internal stakeholder. Attach that written communication mail in the ticket, and based on the discussion with the internal stakeholder, responsibility and accountability, and also in future any type of the attack or system will get compromised, everything can be taken care by internal stakeholder itself. so that I'm giving the exclusion or excluding of the path or hash value or IP address or username or MAC address or file name or file size or file category. Then you can close the ticket. So this is what you have to do. Okay,
And
that is
we'll need to add, uh, add it in the risk register for this.
risk not mandatory. Why? Because already we have tracking purpose. One of the ticket already they will write. So then here already we provided the risk act. I mean, risk should be there already. We said so. It's not a mandatory for this one. Once again, we have to go and we have to raise the risk in the risk register.
Oh. So,
Yeah.
and one more example when we talked about this SMB port one, right?
Mm.
So by default, it should be closed, but when they requested, we need to
Mm.
follow the templates and then we have to
Yes.
open the
Yes.
port, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That is also correct. So that is about global exclusions. So it's one of the favorite interview question, guys. Only for this one of the candidate is selected for Dubai location and is drawing per month 4 lakhs without any income tax. Only for global exception and exclusion topic only. In the interview time, out of 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, they asked about only this one. Whenever any because business important, right? So along with security, so they took overall roles and responsibilities and IBM curator architecture diagram, one scenario, and so another 5 minutes on this topic, and finally they given the offer. That's it, only one round. Okay, not only forget about interview point of view, from business point of view it's very important. Allowed application here, category wise which applications we have to allow. All those application category we can provide here, but control can be configured under the policies side. Okay, so control can be configured under the policy side, and we have to define the application category here. Okay, so here unfortunately option is not available. Add apps by path. Okay, so if it is Windows, that application value and comments here in the similar way for Linux as well, where the apps are added, that path we have to provide.
Whatever the value, what value we have to give?
That value is nothing but path of the folder, where what type of application and what is the process ID, where it is provided. So they will give the value.
Oh,
So for example, we have to contact the Windows team or Linux team, and they will provide the application path where the applications are hosted.
okay.
Yeah. So next one is blocked item. It is one of the very important item. Any guess? Any guess?
Whatever the
Could be
applications are
malicious
specific,
content where we will block,
Hash value.
or like the VT result
That's
checker.
correct. Yes, right. One of the system is got compromised by malware, and in future it should not repeat once again. So we have done overall analysis. So, and we have to block the hash value so that in future from the same hash, from the same file, you should not repeat this same attack. So for that one, after checking the reputation in the vt.com or maybe directly integrating the MITRE attack framework, we have to check the reputation and we have to block that hash value here only. So we have to block the hash value uh, here by adding here. So there are multiple options here. So take the SHA-256, because as I said, legacy like MD5 SHA-1 is a legacy one. SHA-256 is a newer one. We have to always block newer one only. So this is called hash value method. What are the remaining methods we discussed?
IPs and files.
No. So one is hash value method we discussed. Detection method, sorry. EDR detection methods are
Signature based.
signature based and machine learning and AI,
Machine.
heuristic,
Heuristic,
mm,
heuristic
heuristic signature,
baseline method,
mm,
uh,
sandboxing.
sandboxing.
Yeah. So this is hash value method. So here we will block the hash value. That doesn't mean that infection will not be clean. We have to delete the file from the end user system. We have to rerun the antivirus scan, and we have to change the passwords of the whatever system is got compromised. Additionally, we have to verify is there any lateral movement it's happened or not, and also we have to verify containment should be required or not, and regular backups are available or not. all these verifications too if something got compromised. Along with this one, dedicatedly malware infection part. Okay. So that is about hash value method. Next one is manage and update and cache and message relays. This is one of the good thing. Basically, now this one is a on-premise tool or cloud-based tool, whatever we are discussing.
On-premise.
On-premise.
This one, whatever we are discussing, is
Sorry,
on-premise
sorry,
tool.
it's a software tool.
SaaS-based.
Cloud-based tool. It is not okay. So on-premise or software. Did I install any software in my laptop?
No, no, on top of the Windows server.
Just we are logging.
So I did not purchase any Sophos hardware device. I did not download any software. It's a cloud-based, SaaS-based EDR tool we are discussing. Don't get confusion. Whatever vulnerability management we discussed and we install, that is software-based solution.
Okay, Nessus tool is
Yeah, Nessus is software-based. That's what I said. Don't get confusion here and there. So this one is cloud-based solution. Now, if we want to get the regular updates, antivirus updates, whether internet is required or not, to our EDR agents. In case, for example, if we want to get the regular updates, our agent has to communicate to Sophos or not.
Yes.
Yeah, where Sophos is located? In the internet, in the public place, in the cloud. Okay. So whether that means my endpoint should be exposed to the public. So that is the reason. So in between Sophos Central and also especially servers, forget about endpoints. Endpoints it is exposed to the public. Couple of critical servers we should not expose to the public. In that scenario, whether whatever EDR agent is deployed on the critical server, it is not exposed to the public, then how the updates will happen? Whether updates will happen by EDR agent, it will not happen regularly. Whether we'll go and we'll do for manual way, it will take longer time. So that is the reason what we have to do in between Sophos Central and also in between our servers, we have to make an intermediate device. That is like a, I cannot say broker, it's like a proxy device. 1 second, proxy means you will think like proxy server, not proxy. So like it's intermediate device or gateway or a bridge or a broker device that is called as cache server or message relay server. Now that message relay server we can expose to the public. Now that configuration we have to configure here. Now whatever updates are getting regular antivirus updates. So from Sophos Central, it will come to our cache or message relay server. And from message relay server, it will go to our servers. That is the configuration we have to do it here. So example, take police department. So they have a lot of critical data, all the criminals related information, all the family related information, or high court or Supreme Court or finance based companies or banking sector companies and so on. Whether they really expose their critical service to the public? No. In that scenario, what we have to do, if you want to get the regular antivirus updates to all these EDR agents where the agents are deployed in the server side, now we have to deploy one of the server. That server is called ICAP server, ICAAP server or message relay server. Once again, this topic we can discuss under the firewall. We have another option is called ICAP. So this server, it will act as a bridge or gateway between Sophos Central to our EDR2, our servers. From Sophos Central, all the updates will come to message relay server. From message relay server, we have to push the updates to our EDR's agents where the servers are located. So this is the way how we can implement the solution. But all the vendors are not supporting this option. McAfee, Symantec, Trend Micro, I don't think CrowdStrike is supporting. Sophos, only 4 to 5 vendors only supporting this option. Nowadays, all EDR tools, most of the cases, it's a completely cloud-based. So if they will provide on-premise, it's okay, well and good. In case if they are providing, how to prevent these critical infrastructure customers using this option. So we have to configure the message relay server. That message relay server we have to configure here. So that always that description of the server, when the message relay server is active, what is the status of the cache, whether getting the regular updates or not. So next one is when the cache is updated, whether the message relay status is active or inactive, we have to validate all these. So that is called message relay server. This is also one of the interview question, guys. Example, I will give one of the practical scenario. When I was working in X company, my customer is belongs to Hong Kong Police Department, Hong Kong. So Hong Kong Police Department, they have more than 1 lakh servers. Out of 1 lakh servers, 80,000 servers are critical. Remaining 20,000 are non-critical. That is based in the DMZ zone. Critical servers they put in the trust zone. We proposed semantic solution, sorry, not semantic, Sentinel-1 solution to the customer. So that is the way how the product development we are doing. So finally, what they said, we will not accept your EDR solution. Now you can go and you can verify. We will purchase McAfee on-premise solution. Whether your product will be capable to do that. Okay, so EDR prevention are compatible or not, you have to verify. Once again, testing of the McAfee in my product environment, it will take longer time, and we have to deploy and we have to purchase the licensing. And for all the other customers also, we have to propose. We have to propose what? We have to propose McAfee solution. It's difficult for us. We have to change the entire product development. And also we have a lot of customers all over the worldwide. In that scenario, what we have done, we create one of the message relay server, and from Sentinel-1 to it will go all the updates to message relay server. From message relay server, it will go to the our 80,000 Hong Kong Police Department server regular updates. So this is the way how the updates will happen to the like a broker device. Don't say broker at the time of the interview. You can say ICAP server or you can say message relay server.
RK, when we are talking about message delays, is it a real-time one or you'll have a delayed version?
Sorry.
So when we are talking about message delays, right? Generally, when we have logs, we have real-time monitoring. But I think because of the relays, it would be not a real-time monitoring, right?
No, it's real-time monitoring. Whenever, as soon as the new updates, antivirus updates are coming and releasing by the Sophos vendor, immediately that update will come. It's automatic update. Update management, we have already one of the options available. So that update management will come to Sophos Central. Sophos Central will forward to message relay to directly push to the endpoints. There is no gap, there is no delay. It's not like a passive monitoring. It's a real-time monitoring only. Yeah. So next one. So here couple of things are very, very important. So far we discussed about tamper protection is one of the important thing. Global exclusion is one of the important thing. And also hash value is also one of the important thing. And also cache release is also one of the important thing. Okay. Next one is bandwidth usage. Bandwidth usage, already I said this one at the time of the firewall discussion. Maybe if you want to allow only one specific video of the file or audio of the file, we can do. Okay, so controlling of that video control and audio control. For example, in our organization, we should not allow whoever is watching more than 1 MB file of the either audio or maybe video. So whenever they are trying to access, so automatically it has to block. So where is that option is available? Even it is available on the so EDR as well. That option normally we have to configure in the firewall policy. Someone is watching in the YouTube or any other Netflix or maybe AHA, maybe any other third party audio or video related files. If it is crossing maybe 1 MB, our bandwidth relation will cross very high. For everyone, if we are giving the permission to access everything, they will watch videos whenever they will get the leisure time. For that reason, so maybe we have to limit that control. That control is possible via proxy. That limit control is possible via even next generation firewall also. That limit control even it is possible via in the EDR also. So here bandwidth limit, watch how much you have to keep. Example, I want to keep only for 1 MB and save button. Whenever any end user they are trying to access any bandwidth usage more than 1 MB file of either of the audio or video, automatically it will block. So this is the control we have to save it. So this is the where how we can block this activity. Okay. So next one is admin isolated devices here. What is meant by admin isolated device here? Any idea?
Whenever any system or something is compromised, we will keep in isolated.
Containment process.
Yeah, containment for process, perfect. This is for true positive scenario. Something is got compromised. So till the infection should be cleaned, we have to remove, whether we have to contact the end user every time whenever system is getting compromised.
No.
Not all the time.
Yeah, it is very difficult for us. We have to speak with the end user and we have to take the remote session, or we have to inform to them. It will take longer time. So directly we can come here and we can provide the IP address and we can do the remove from the network. Automatically it will disconnect from the network. So this is the place where we can do the containment or network isolation basically.
It's like
So
a temporary sandbox.
yeah, temporary, yes, correct. Temporary isolation part, yes. Okay. So this is applicable to mainly for true positive something got compromised.
This is applicable for only end user machines only, not applicable for servers, right?
No, it's applicable. Oh yeah, it's for now. See, now we are discussing about endpoint, but if we're going for other EDR tools, they don't have separate endpoint and server separate concept. Everything they'll configure like a single one only. So there you can do either endpoint or you can do either server also.
Yes, sir.
But in this scenario, endpoint only, correct?
Yes, without interaction, we can do
Yeah,
for
endpoint,
people.
yes.
Yes.
Mm. So that is about admin isolated devices and SSL TLS SSL TLS decryption of HTTPS websites. So this one something if you want to decrypt. Okay, so any data if you want to see, and also whether the decryption is possible via drive-by downloads, we have to exclude, and also through investment related health, and they given overall 5 to 6 category. So but whether really we have to give the excluding of the decryption,
No.
not required. You are right. Because load balancer already will do SSL offloading and it will take care of the decryption. So but even we have the our private key, we can use that private key, we can decrypt the file and we can see it. So we can do the disabling of this one. Yeah, now we have to save this option. Okay, next one, device migration. So device migration meaning here, if you want to migrate maybe for example Sophos Central I'm using for the multiple projects. If I want to project, if I want to migrate from one project to another project, for example, one of the project is belongs to take example State Bank of India, another project is belongs to maybe Bank of America. I want to migrate couple of devices from the State Bank of India to some other account. We can possible via so for Central, that is option is possible. You can see allow devices to migrate from one Sophos Central account to another Sophos Central. Okay, so here especially maybe most of the cases whenever someone is moving from one team to another team, that is also possible. So in that scenario we have to migrate is belongs to whether X team to Y team. In that scenario we can map that one not only from the active directory, it is possible via device migration also. Maybe right now he's working in the development team and he is moved to testing tools team. Then we can make from device migration from so development team to testing team. That is possible via this one. That is called device migration. One account to another account. So that is about overall general setting. General settings are very important. What are the very good things we discussed about the general settings is tamper protection is one thing. Second, exceptions or exclusion. Third, blocking of the hash value. And also, fourth one is containment or containment side. How to disconnect from the network. So these four are very, very important. That too for the business case oriented. That too for the true positive scenarios oriented. Okay. So next one is endpoint protection. This is applicable dedicated to endpoint protection. Live response. Live response meaning here, once you are selecting something, if you want to do the analysis, what is analytics of that computer? What is the analytics of the computer? So I can show that one once we are going to the our practical demo tool. So if you are clicking on the live response, what is the connection it is established with? And what is the, okay, so real-time traffic is going on. Everything it can be appear using live response. Okay, so the devices we have to select whatever investigation if you want to do the endpoint, and you have to see the live response metrics, how the connections are going away and it is coming via. So all these connections can be verified. So is there any malicious communication is going like a command and control server outbound connections? All those live response we can see, and also updates are happening or not, all these things. But this one is not eligible. I mean, this one is not existing for traditional antivirus. This option is not available. And the data lake upload. So here, if you want to upload any data oriented uploading of the files, it is one type of DLP basically. So you can exclude that. If you want to do the exclusion of that, upload to the data lake, manage upload to the data lake from your computer. This lets you store secure data in the cloud, so you can query it and upload to the data lake. How you can upload? So by the by, can you upload all these documents in the your Sophos cloud? Will you do that?
Mm.
Yeah, we will not do that. So you can disable this one. Why we have to upload our data into the Sophos cloud? Yes, if are accessing Sophos EDR tool via VPN, okay, fine. Okay. One more thing, this particular EDR tool, most of the companies, what is the drawback right now? It is existing all over the worldwide. Whenever they are purchasing any cloud-based SaaS-based tool, without VPN, we can go and we can access. So for example, maybe this one is belongs to now Infosys organization, and this one is project is as Infosys got a project from Tesco Stores Limited from UK. Tesco Stores Limited, like it's equal to like a DMart kind of thing. So stores will be there. So for retail side, basically, maybe Infosys got one of the Tesco Stores Limited project. In that scenario, now Tesco Stores Limited, they did not, okay, so implement via VPN to access the Sophos. Now we can take that URL link and we can come to our personal laptop, and even we can open our personal laptop that URL link by providing the username and password. Most of the people are doing this is the drawback, guys. Always we have to inform the, even as per ISO 27001 also, one of the control out of 114 complaints, this is one of the control. Any applications we are using internal related application should not be accessed via VPN. Should be accessed, sorry, should be accessed via VPN. That is one of the ISO 27000 complaints also. When our auditor also will come, they can validate whether all of our internal applications accessing via VPN or without VPN. So it's better to implement that option. But as seen practically, most of the people and most of the companies, they are exposed to the public and they are not doing the proper ISO 27000 audit as well. But that is not good for our organization point of view. In case anybody is taken the URL link and they will do the brute force category of the attacks, and finally maybe they will compromise the system. Once they'll compromise the security tool itself, then he will get a lot of information of entire organization IP address, assets, username, entire data. So it's very dangerous to the organization. Okay, so that's why it's better to disable this one. So
It's
next one,
where what we take from the mobile one, right?
yeah, event journals. So what are the event journals here? Whenever any we store event journals on each Windows computer. These record activity can be queried with the live discovery. Okay, for querying purpose we can do this like a logging and auditing part. If you want to do any threat hunting capability, and if you want to query the logs from these events, so we can query that one, and we can see the live discovery as well. So what is the backend mechanism we can be using here? So we are using SQL query, but there is no need to write any query here. Everything is like a drop down list. So that is basically event journals. Okay, so it's a default one. There is no need to change anything here. So by the way, almost all the EDR tools using SQL only, except except
IBM.
no EDR. I'm not discussing about SIM tool. All the EDR tools are working on the SQL query based on, except
Sentinel will use
Sentinel
KQL.
one KQL.
Sentinel is SIM
Mm,
tool. I'm discussing
mm.
about EDR tools now. In the
IBM.
EDR also we'll use query language. By the way, threat hunting it will support nowadays. Okay, all EDR tools are supporting SQL except one tool. What is that one tool? Microsoft Defender. Microsoft Defender EDR tool also will KQL. Not only Azure Sentinel.
Okay.
Not only Azure Sentinel, even Microsoft Defender EDR tool also. All Microsoft companies products, most of the cases, they will use KQL language. So that is their own language. They developed it. Okay. So only Microsoft Defender, it is using KQL queries. Remaining all other EDR tools, it is using SQL only. So SIM tool concept, yes, IBM QRadar and Splunk and Sentinel, all these three are, they have their own programming language. So that is different story that we can discuss later. So removal from inactive device, in case someone is okay resident from the organization and still the device is disappearing, even though it is disconnected from the active directory, just you can come here and you can remove that device from the, so our Sophos EDR tool. Otherwise regularly maybe we can get the updates.
It's a
So
part
remove
of fine tuning also.
inactive devices. Yeah, one of the fine tuning kind of thing, correct. So these are all the general settings for the endpoint protection side. So that is so far we discussed about administration settings, initial settings. In the similar way, we discussed about general settings and also endpoint protection general settings. So all these things. Next one is data loss prevention. So these are all the rules. So what are these rules we have to configure? The example, click on the rule. So name of the rule here. So example test and description. Send me email alerts. Yes. Conditions are required. Do you want to require any exclusion? No, not required. Action. Select the action to take. The event is always logged. Allow file transfer. Will you allow the file transfer?
Actually,
Your,
daily.
your personal email IDs, for example.
No, no.
No,
No,
we don't.
we don't allow. So, so obviously, next rule configuration, for example, will give description. I will provide test. First of all, what is the different types of file contents? Okay, conditions. Okay, but anyway, we will not exclude all these. So better don't assign this one. Okay. So second one is file oriented. So this is new content oriented, this is file oriented. Destination also we have to specify where the destination is. Almost both are equal. Maybe here it is different. Let's see. Yeah, both content and file they given in the same, but they given separate one, but both are same only. So they given content and also they given both are same. So, but anyway, this one we no need to enable. We have separate policies available that will explain under the DLP policy. So policy will configure this one, just keep as it is. There is no need to configure anything under this one in the settings point of view.
Sir, while we are giving description, why it is hiding, giving down.
Yeah, that one, how that they developed. Basically, there is no need to, it's like optional description.
Oh.
Yeah. So they have to rectify that issue because description is like optional. Our interest, can we give this description or not?
Yes, yes, it is taking like a security password.
Yes.
Like
Mm-mm. And so coming back here, content control list by default, these many secure PIA data and also PIA data, everything. Right now, it is not supporting for, as I said, full-fledged DLP, and it is supporting for only PIA data related only. You can see here, Aadhaar number, India, and so ABHA. What is ABHA? India. Is there any number kind of thing?
The health related
Okay,
number.
health related. Okay. So next one is bank account, bank details, all these, and Italy, Norway, Ireland, Singapore, Australia, USA, UK, Sweden, Canada, Denmark, Netherlands. Okay. So this is, do you think that it is like a normal DLP or organization point of DLP?
It's a basic,
It's a PI data, basically. PI and PHA data. Whether anywhere it is mentioned like email, and also whether it is mentioned anywhere through peripheral control or removal devices, and also is there anywhere cloud DLP is leaking?
no, no.
I'm asking you, no, right? So it's a completely okay. Uh, PIA and PHA related data only we can configure. That is a drawback. That's what I said when we discussed about theoretical also. Full-fledged DLP it will not provide our EDR tools. If you want to use full-fledged DLP, then obviously we have to go for the dedicated DLP solution. If you are using EDR tool as DLP, that is not sufficient. Obviously, maybe data exfiltration or data violation will happen. Okay, so that is the reason don't trust EDR tool. And also every customer is expecting all the features in single solution. It is impossible. I'll go on practical scenario. One of the customer, recently I spoke with him, and he needs mobile device management. He needs encryption, disk encryption, and also he needs EDR. He needs patch management in single solution. Whether any vendor will support these four different type of solutions in this single vendor?
No.
I'm repeating once again: mobile device management, disk encryption, EDR, patch management. Impossible. So at least we need 2 to 3 different type of solution. One is for EDR, maybe encryption also from same vendor we can propose. So mobile device management completely different solution, and also one more is
Patch.
patch management is completely different. Okay, this is the way how the people are looking. So they have some X amount of the budget. So in that scenario, obviously, okay, we with the partial information or partial solution we can give, but not full fledged. Same thing here also. So DLP by EDR by default it will not provide full fledged. If you want full fledged 100% DLP solution, we have to go for dedicated DLP. That we can discuss. Already we discussed. Couple of vendors are available like a PostPoint or Digital Guardian, and also we have some other solutions like McAfee, Trend Micro, Symantec, so Trellix. So these are all the very famous DLP tools. So that is about overall initial settings we have to do for the endpoint protection. This is applicable to almost server protection as well. Okay. Now very important thing is policies. What are the different types of policies we have to configure? Okay. So without policies, without detection methods, any secure tool, it will act as a dummy device. It's like a transparent in nature. It will not do anything. Okay. So now, what are the different types? By default, it is supporting EDR. Maybe other vendors terminology, maybe it is different. But here, so terminology, maybe it is different. Don't think like every vendor, it will use same different types of policies. So they have their own policies. Maybe terminology is different. Our policy name is different. Okay. So now here, so couple of policies are threat protection policy, peripheral control, application control, DLP, web control, update management, Windows firewall, And if you are purchasing the dedicated commercial EDR tool, we have FIM also, basic FIM, not full-fledged FIM, basic FIM as well. Because of demo tool, it is missing that FIM as well. So now we can go and we can discuss out by default what are the different types of policies we can configure. If you want, we can create customized one also. We can take existing one, we can do the customization according to our requirement. So all these are default. There are two different types of policies every tool will support. Example, in the Nessus also, we have taken default policy template that is called advanced network scan. And according to our requirement, so we created user defined template. Did you remember? Scan policy creation. Scan policy creation by default, it is providing 30 templates as of now. So we have taken one of the template from the Nessus tool side and we have created one the test template. So that is called customized one, user defined template. Same way here also. So policies by default vendor it to provide, and according to our business requirement, we have to go and we have to make a customization one. So let's go and discuss about default policies. So whenever we are assigning these policy, we can see all these computers list here, and we have to group similar type of, so computers or devices, then we can see group as well, and settings. So this is the place policies enabled. It's very important. We are going to discuss about all these now. Okay. So first one, live protection. Under the live protection, you can see here applies to Windows machine, applies to MacBook or not. Use live protection to check the latest threat information from the Sophos Labs online. Use live protection during scheduled scans. So it is like a threat intelligence feeds. So Sophos Labs, nothing but they have their own R&D. So continuously it can validate what is the new threat intelligence it is coming. And according to that one, it will update our EDR agent and even it will update our Sophos signatures as well. So that is called live protection. Okay. Deep learning capability. Any idea what is deep learning? What is deep learning?
Machine learning kind of thing, but
Exactly. Machine learning or artificial intelligence. Deep learning is nothing but machine learning. Okay. So backend it will use one of the programming languages called NLP, natural language program. So that is a machine learning team. Basically, they will develop how to learn the machine based on what is the programming language they will use MLAIT, NLP.
It is
Okay.
OBA, sir. OBA.
That is on the security side. I'm asking backend development side.
Okay, sir.
Security tool, it will understand based on the historical analysis, based on behavior and based on the activity or action. But without development, whether machine will understand?
Not possible.
I am saying that backend development programming language is NLP. Okay, so is here machine learning or behavioral pattern capability. So real-time scanning local files and network shares. So whenever any files is entering via local area network or wide area network, that may be through emails, that may be through phishing email malware attachment, that may be through uh, uh, downloading of the files from the drive-by downloads, or maybe through removal devices. It will scan and will give the verdict. Real-time scanning internet, same thing, drive-by downloads. So this is from the network shares, nothing but via peripheral, local files and network shares. Nothing but something files are going within the organization like NFS or FTP or SFTP or maybe through pen drive. For those time it will scan it. And here real-time scanning internet, nothing but here something we are downloading from the internet. You can see here, scan downloads in progress, block access to malicious websites. Okay, detect low reputation files. So it will, whenever someone is trying to download from the malicious websites, is that website contain any malicious content or not, it can validate and it can block it. And even that file contain any scanning, once it is reaching to the operating system, it will say blocking of that particular execution of the malware infection. And even in case reputation of the files is a low content, it will detect and it will give alert notification. So that is about a real-time scanning from the internet, like a website, something you are doing. So this from the peripheral control or LAN. So or sharing of the files via local area network or wide area network. So through maybe FTP or SFTP or maybe NFS, network file system. This for drive-by download option. Remediation, automatically clean up malware. So whenever any malware category of the files it is coming, so it will block it, that malware infection. And also it will it contains any malware to clean that file, and it will give the allow activity. First it will keep couple of days quarantine and later it will clean it. So that is how the remediation it will take. Enable threat graph core creation. What is meant by this one? In the tomorrow class I will explain. So meaning here, how the execution of the attack it's happened from the starting to till the uh, file is downloaded and it is entered into the operating system side. That overall threat graph. So for example, as the end user, I went to YouTube and I downloaded one of the file. So I went to YouTube and I'm downloading one of the files. So YouTube, that is the first part. And so maybe after that process, finally it went and it will download uh, in one of my file folder and file path. So file path also it will give that end starting from the accessing from internet to till the downloader wise. Everything it will give what type of process I used, whatever registry keys I used, what type of uh, network files I used. So what type of files I used, whether the fileless or file oriented, fileless oriented. Everything it will give the logical representation or graphical representation. That one in the investigation time I'll explain. This is very important. How the infection is happened to the end user system, something getting compromised. What is the process used? What is the restrict is used? What is the network it is used? What is the files it is used? So everything we can see in the graphical representation, logical representation point of view. In the tomorrow, I will ask same question. So this is for the investigation side. Something it is happened, how to understand from the starting to till the so execution of the malware. Everything we can see via logical or maybe via graphical representation. So runtime protection. So whenever any malware is executing by the attacker after identifying the vulnerability and based on the cyber process, even runtime protection also can be prevented. So for example, protect document files from the ransomware CryptoGuard. Okay, some of the files are downloading and that files has a crypto, crypto in the sense here encryption part. Okay, so protect from remotely run ransomware. Those type of crypto files can be automatically it will detect and it will remove from the machines. In the similar way, protect from encrypting file system attacks. Nothing but what is the type of the category of the attack? Ransomware.
Somewhere.
Yeah, ransomware category of the attack. Okay. So here, once again, you can see there are so many attacks we are discussing here. Here, machine learning capability we are discussing on artificial intelligence. Here, so through peripheral control or device control. And here we are discussing about drive-by downloads option. And here automated response we are discussing here. And here ransomware category of the attack. Okay. Now we can go and we can see some other things as well. Protect from master voter records ransomware. In the master voter record MBR, where we discussed about the attack. Which attack? Master voter record infection.
It lol.
One is lolbins, okay. No, lolbins are registry keys. Master voter record.
Rootkit, I guess.
Rootkit, perfect. Rootkit attack, yes. Memory dumping analysis and master voter record, and even in the memory side also. Even booting side also. Something, yeah, rootkit category, and even ransomware also applicable. So those cases, it will rootkit as well as ransomware category of the attacks. it will prevent and block. Now, please compare with theoretical whatever malware category of the attacks we discussed, whatever we discussed about policies we discussed, and how the malware origin of the malware, those things to practical to our policies. All 18 categories we discussed. Those 18 categories you can keep remember whenever you are validating these policies. And also how the malware is entered into the our organization side. You have to remember that one as well. Correct. Additionally, so what are the infection? So all these things you have to correlate theoretically with the practical, then only you will understand all these concepts. Compare attacks also. So maybe this is attack, it will print which type of malware category of the attack. Okay. So protect critical functions in the web browser side. So nothing but you are downloading or you are accessing any malicious websites. So those things also it will prevent. Mitigate exploits in vulnerability applications. So something you are accessing the vulnerable application or vulnerable websites. So that may be web browsers or web browser plugins or Java applications or media or Office application. So example, I went to one of the outdated version of the Java, React to JS, or maybe Node.js, and I want to download one of the file. So in that scenario, it will check whether that outdated Java side is there any malicious code attacker can be installed or it is available. It will scan that one and then only it will protect. In case any malicious content is existing, it will protect. So in case malicious content is not existing, okay, we can download it easily. So everything, not just for downloading, even for accessing of the any website also. So all these are like a third-party software scanning. We discussed where we discussed of TPS scan, TPS
Applications.
scan, application security under
SDF,
development level.
SDLs,
Yeah,
SDL.
under development phase, we discussed about two different types of scanning: code scanning and TPS scanning. So
SSD.
this, yeah, this is like a TPS related. So couple of applications they are using outdated vulnerabilities, outdated version of the respect to third-party softwares. Because of that one, maybe attacker will try to do couple of category of the attacks. So whenever they are trying to do, it will protect from all those vulnerabilities as well.
That means that capabilities are integrated with the Sophos tool, sir.
Yes, integrated with the Sophos tool. Correct. Example, I'm using one of the bank, State Bank of India. State Bank of India React to outdated version. If I'm trying to access, so first of all, okay, what Sophos will do? Sophos will validate whether in case end user is accessing this application, is there attacker can exploit this one? In case it is exploited, yes, it will block that activity. If it is not able to exploit, so then it will allow the activity. This is the way how the protection will be taken care.
That means suppose giving this opportunity, I mean facility to who are going to purchase this tool. Before that, suppose has to purchase that tool TPS software, sir. First of all,
No, no, no. Already all the TPS are integrated to Sophos.
of course, but those vendors will be different, sir. Different, sir. And our third party software use చేసుకోవాలి ఈ సోపోస్ టూల్ అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయాలంట.
No, no, no. If it is commercial one, yes, you are right. We have to purchase. If it's open source, there is no need to purchase. So, for example, most of the application development they will use open source tool only. But yes, in case commercial one, you are right. So now Sophos has to purchase and they have to partner with the commercial one. Otherwise, open source anyway they can integrate all these third-party softwares.
If they want to full-fledged, they
Yes,
go for
they have to go with the commercial one for purchasing purpose, obviously, correct. And protect the process side. What is the attack is name? What is the attack name? What is the attack name?
It's like sensitive data exposure.
Protect processes. Process execution attack. Shell code execution, PowerShell execution, Python
File,
execution, Perl execution, all these.
fileless execution.
Fileless oriented, correct. So it's a lol bins kind of category of the attacks. So also it will identify. That is what meaning of this one. Okay. Protect processes also, process execution also. One of the attacker, they are using shell code. Or one of the attacker is using Perl. One of the attacks is PowerShell. They are trying to use macros in the Excel sheet. And in that scenario, whenever he is uploading the crypto or whenever he is downloading the crypto to try to encrypt the end users, in that scenario, even that file is oriented cross execution also, it can be identified and you can protect. Okay. So here prevent process allowing attacks and also prevent DLS loading from the untested folders. Even whenever any untested folders it is available, it will scan that one and also it will block that activity and prevent credential theft. So stealing of the theft also, it can be taken care. So registries also once again part of the, registry case also part of the lolbins. Prevent code, all these are completely okay, lolbins category of the attacks, guys. Okay.
Previous one which we talk is about 0 day one, right?
Previous one, yeah, it's a 0 day, correct. So not only 0 day, outdated version of the attack as well, correct. So next one, dynamic shellcode protection. What is this one? What is the attack name?
Remote code execution.
Remote code execution or else. This is also one type of the lolbins.
Alvin.
Yeah, lol shellcode and all, whenever we are referring the code or script, most of the case it's lolbins. So dynamic, not in static one, it's a dynamic in nature. And this is also same as it is. So using CTF protocol. What is CTF protocol? Even I am not sure. For calling purpose, maybe voice or IP kind of call, I think.
Only one, that is capture the flag.
So there is no full form basically for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no full form. It is one of the Windows oriented, dedicated applicable to Windows only. So
Capture
what
the final.
it will block the applications whenever someone is trying to exploit the CTF protocol. So nothing but, so here any versions, outdated versions, if we're using in the CTF, it will block that activity as well. So nothing but it is, we can consider as that one also lolbins category.
It is
Uh,
showing, sir. Capture the flag.
yeah, yeah, capture the flag.
Capture
Okay,
the flag. Capture.
okay, okay.
Here would be like a vulnerability where we find the flaw.
Yeah, wherever the vulnerability we identified in the Windows application side, so that application has any vulnerability, it first Sophos it will validate can be exploited by the attacker or not. It can validate. In case it will be exploited, then it will block that activity. So that is the meaning. So prevent side loading of insecure modules. So whatever third-party libraries as well as modules we are configuring on the application side in our folders. So in case if it is loading that content, so that content has any malicious one, it will block that activity. And protect browser cookies used for multi-factor sign-in. So in case cookies you are accepting that one and using for multi-factor site, and the attacker is trying to steal those cookies on the credential side, then it will try to block that one as well. Prevent malicious beacons connecting to command and control servers. It's one of the favorite interview question, guys. This one. One of the system is got compromised and it's communicating to command and control server. One of the
Okay.
server got compromised and it is communicating to command and control server. So in case any attacker beacon is communicating to the command and control server, it can identify and it can block that activity as well. Okay. So nothing but indirectly here cyber culture process overall.
Net attack, we can say it.
Yeah, all category, not only just one category, because command and control, it will be for every attack applicable. So all malware category we can say.
So top one protect browser cookies. That one would be session kind of, right?
Yeah, application side is session credential theft. So example, your HTTP only flags you are using, we should not use HTTP only flag, and your cookies are storing in the web browser side. And those type of the attacks also it can prevent, not dedicated to fully OS prop 10, maybe partial one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Next one, monitor use of driver APIs. Even whenever any application programming interface third party we are utilizing for calling one node to another node or one driver to another drive, in that sense it will monitor that one, and in case if it is any malicious content it will there, it will give the alert notification. So far in future maybe they will try to make it as like a protect also. See, whenever we are saying like a prevent and protect, already that full functionality availability is available. Monitoring meaning here just only it will give the alert, it is not implemented fully. Okay, so that is the meaning of this one here. Only right now it will give the alert only, but in future, so maybe they will make like a, instead of the monitor protect, right now it may be in development state, it will give the only alert notification side. Prevent malicious use of the syscalls instruction. Any voice over copy or any other malicious content related calls in that like API calls, then it will prevent that activity as well from calling one node to another node, almost equal to this one, APIs. Prevent hardware breakpoint abuse. So similar to like a root code category or master voter record or any hardware malware infection is happening, it will block that one. Protect network traffic. Under this one, we have detect malicious connection to command and control servers, almost equals to here. Command and control, it's communicating to command and control server. System is communicating to command and control server. So it will detect and also prevent malicious network traffic with packet inspection. But I don't think it will do the full packet inspection like whatever next generation firewall is doing. It will do basic packet inspection only, because EDR tool it will work in the network layer also, but it is not like a fully next generation firewall capability, but it will do basic functionality. Prevent malicious network traffic with packet inspection, same thing it is repeating. Detect malicious behavior. So this is like a OBA capability once again using deep learning. AMSA protection with enhanced scan for script based threats. Any scripts oriented attacks are happening via malware category. For that one, it will identify and also it will block and also it will monitor and it will give alert as well. Okay, you can see whatever attacks we discussed about mimic ads and spyware or adware or rootkit and virus worm by anyway that is by default. Ransomware, all these category of the attacks can be protect and detect and block using this particular policy. That is called threat prevention policy. Adaptive attack protection, turn on the extra protection automatically when a device is under attack. So if already something got compromised and if you want to control that self-replication or self-replication within a network to other system, so we have to provide the that is automatic attack protection. That is called adaptive attack protection. Block safe mode abuse. So any attacks are happening via through network or through application. So always abusing it's happening or abnormal activity is happening. So block that activity. Even we have to enable this one as well. So all these are something got compromised and we that infection should not go to other things. If that infection will go to other system, what will happen? What is that attack name is called as?
Okay, warm infection.
Worm. And also another, what is the tactic name?
Lateral movement.
Correct. That is the meaning of this one. So advanced settings, we recommended that you leave these are default. Okay, there is no need to change anything here. And here also, I think all these are default settings. Okay. So here policy exclusion. Okay. So give me 1 second. Scheduling of the scan. When do you want to scan these? Okay, you can enable everything here. These one. So when do you want to schedule the scan on daily basis of all of our endpoints and servers? So example, I want to give at midnight, 12 o'clock. Okay. So I will give every Wednesday or every day. So it's completely depending on every day. So it will scan and it will see whether any viruses or worms or all malware category of the attacks, it can be existing or not. It will do that automatic scanning. There is no need of manual scanning. Okay. So we can do manual scan also, but where we can do manual scan? Not in the policy. We have to go to the specific system. We said rerun the antivirus scan. When we have to rerun the antivirus scan?
Before moving it into the system, I mean, production environment back.
Yeah, that is one thing. And also one more thing is something got compromised and we already deleted the file and we have already blocked the hash value and still the infection is existing or not, we have to re-verify. After compromise, it's happened. For that one, we have to select that machine and we have to rerun the antivirus scanning. That is possible under the computers. We have to go to the computers, whatever system is got compromised, we have to select that one. Manual way of the scanning, this automated scanning. Okay. So this exclusion, whatever exclusions we have done, we have to add in that exclusion here as well. So these are all the different types of ways we can exclude. Whether you want to do the hashing exclusion, give the hash value of that file. Okay. So if you want to the exclude of the, okay, so AMSA protection, give that value of the MSA protection. Or if you want to ransomware protection of the Windows, whether you want to go a folder or process, exclude that one. So previously we discussed about one of the developer is trying to download something. In that scenario, it is something is blocking, correct? We have to enable that one in the policy as well. So those exclusions in future, it will not repeat once again for those machines. Oh. So desktop messaging. So this desktop messaging, it will give the notification regularly whenever any attacks are happening, like a one type of notification coming via something is going down or online or offline or inactive or sleeping, all those things. So this is like a give the standard message to get like email notification and also to will get our desktop notifications as well. So all these things, it will be configured under the events. So where we can configure under the events, event generals. So that one we can see under the computers basically. If you are going the computers, so if you want to select the computer, right now it is not available. That one we can go and discuss under the investigation side. Then you will understand what is my desktop messaging. So messaging, it is part of the event side, like a logs and events. So that is about ransomware protection policy, sorry, malware category of the protection policy. And even it has the inbuilt IDS IPS capability as well. Okay, where is that HDS HPS capability? Did you see HDS HPS capability?
Prevention we had.
Yeah, IPS and also abuse, wherever abnormal or malicious suspicion is showing, all those. Yeah, all these are. So HDS HPS capabilities and also wherever, so abusing kind of thing, abnormal or malicious thing, detection, all these are completely like a HDS HPS inbuilt capability only. So it's a combination of both HDS HPS and also it is a combination of all malware category of the attacks. So that is the first policy. So second one is peripheral control. Yeah, so these remaining policies we can complete today evening class, and tomorrow morning, yeah, today evening itself we can start the investigation. Did anyone go through that one? Whatever I given the URL link.
So first one, right?
Yeah, so first one, yes.
But not till because we need to mention the description of it, right? So that's the problem.
Description, just you can keep it like, okay, I'm working on this one, so instant crypto guard. Just you can go, okay, I will explain one or two instance, but anyways, remaining you how to do. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That in the evening you discuss. So evening, what I will do, I will complete all these remaining policies. Then we can start the investigation. And so tomorrow morning, once again, we'll complete investigation topic.
Okay.
Yeah, please remember, guys. I know it's very difficult. Back-to-back tools we are discussing. Back-to-back tools we are discussing. Once firewall topic will come, you will forget everything existing tools. Okay. So unless otherwise, if you don't practice it, if you don't validate, you will forget everything. I know that. Because it's vast silver, it's not like a single security solution. Because we are discussing about multiple tools, and also we are discussing about multiple theoretical and multiple domains. Obviously, so many people have a lot of confusion now also. So what is this tool is about, and what is the tool is about, what is this policy, what is that policy? Obviously, you'll get the confusion. So if you are practicing, then only you will get the, okay, so confidence level. Otherwise, so tool will give mainly confidence level. So if you are going my theoretical part, 100% you will select the job by the by. But so for onboarding, after onboarding, you'll get a little bit confidence will be decreased. Will I survive or not? Will I survive or not? This is the how you will think it. Okay. But if you are practicing these tools, you will get more confidence on yourself. So, and also whenever you are going through any tool, please compare whatever we discussed theoretical and whatever we discussed about practical. You are comparing, then only you have to map that one basical theoretical part. Then only you can, there is no need to mug up anything. There is no need to buy hat anything. So if you are mapping theoretical and practical, otherwise everything you have to buy hat. How many things you will buy hat? One security domains means okay, it's fine. So here there are so many domains we are discussing. You have a lot of confusion. I know that. Even couple of people are attending couple of classes 2 to 3 times also. Still they have a lot of confusion, and they are not able to understand what is meant by that one and what is meant by this one. Obviously, for first time people, definitely difficulty level is very high as compared to 1 or 2 times is listening is different. One time is listening is different.
Yes, it's right.
Yep. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. See you at evening 5 p.m. And I provide one of the task. So evening compulsory I will ask, guys. So first half an hour you have to explain yourself what you have done, and remaining, okay, so 1.5 hours I'll take the class, or maybe 1 hour I will take the class. Okay, then thank you so much, and see you at evening 5 p.m.
Okay, sir. Have a good day.
Thanks everyone.